Hello YouTube, today's video is going to be a little bit of a different type of video. Today's video is going to be me teaching you how to properly solo queue. As you guys know, I did recently solo queue to Radiant, and I'm pretty sure I am the first to ever do it on console. That is solo queuing all 100% of my games. A lot of people didn't think it was possible because of how bad matchmaking can be. But before the video starts, if you guys can leave a like on the video, it shows me that you guys enjoy tips and tricks and this more informational type of content. And I know a lot of you guys want to improve in your game. And right now, there's not many videos telling you how to do so on console. And even if you're playing on PC, this can definitely apply. I was Immortal 3 on PC. I only played 2 acts on it, but I definitely did learn a lot. But starting off, the first tip I can give you guys is how to warm up properly. Now, warming up is going to be a big part of solo queuing because you are going to have to rely on yourself. And a lot of people don't necessarily know how to warm up like good. And you definitely don't have to overthink it. Personally, when I get on, the first thing I'm doing is going straight into firing range. I think the firing range is a perfect way to get your mechanics warmed up. All you guys kind of have to do is shoot the bots, move around a little bit, get your mechanics warmed up, get your brain thinking. And I'm usually in the firing range for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then right after the firing range, I go straight into TDM or deathmatch. And I play around 2 to 3 games depending on how I'm feeling. And you'll definitely know when you're warmed up because you'll have a lot more confidence and you will just start hitting your shots a lot more. The main reason to warm up, in my opinion, is to bring your confidence level up, because the worst thing you can do is solo queue when you're not feeling it, and that's when like you start losing a lot. And everyone's different. Some people don't have to warm up for that long and some people have to warm up a lot, but just know you guys don't have to overthink it. Play 2 or 3 death matches and you guys should be fine. There's really no fancy way to warm up. The second tip I want to give you guys is use your microphone. And when I tell you guys using your microphone is literally the key part about this game, it is literally everything. Being able to call out for your team, being able to call strats, being able to hype up your team, it is a skill and you guys need to learn it if you guys ever want to rank up. If you guys ever watched my streams before, you know that I am a very talkative person. Right when the game starts, I'm always saying hi to my teammates, making sure everyone has a mic, trying to get them comfortable, because I know a lot of people definitely don't like talking because they are shy or they've just had bad experiences in the past. And that kind of moves me to another topic, is don't be scared to mute people. If they're not trying to win, don't even like try to waste your energy on them, just mute them, because the worst thing you can do is break mental in this game. But yeah, being able to talk to your team, being able to stay positive when you guys have either thrown rounds or when you guys are winning. Talking is a big part of the game, I promise you. If you're hard stuck Immortal and you have good communication, you can easily get into Immortal 3. Because a lot of people in this game break mental so quick and they already think the game's unwinnable, but I promise you guys, but I can't stress this enough, communicate with your team, you will see a lot of success with it. And try not to break mental. Kind of goes on to my third point. When you start a solo queue match, you gotta understand that solo queue is going to be very frustrating. You guys kind of have to go in there knowing it's going to be a 1v9. And now that might sound really bad, but when I was doing the solo queue series to Radiant, I always went in there knowing that I'm going to have to do it all. You kind of have to go in there knowing that you are going to be the only person that's going to be able to do anything. And anybody who does anything is like a bonus. Don't go into solo queuing thinking you're going to get 4 people who's going to be able to calm, shoot their gun straight, and be a good teammate. It's just not going to happen. So always lower your expectations, and anybody that does anything, that is just kind of like a bonus. I know it's a weird way of thinking, but personally this is what got me through a lot. And I just know that no matter what, if I'm playing good and I'm doing everything that I can to win that game, there's nothing else I could have done. And you guys kind of have to understand, even if you think you're playing perfect, there's always something you can improve on. Try not to blame your teammates the whole time. Always see what you could have done better in that round. Like for example, let's say you get 2 kills and then you overpeak and die. Yeah, you got your 2, but you definitely could have stayed alive and you could have, you know, played with the team. Like, yeah, you got 2 kills, but you easily could have stayed alive and you didn't have to throw your body. And then those are the rounds that you guys lose and you guys expect that your teammates are going to be able to shoot back. No matter how good you do, there's always things to improve on. For my 4th tip, I kind of already talked about this, but have an ego. The worst thing you could do while solo queuing is playing scared. You cannot play scared because most of the time your team is not going to be able to push into sight or have any confidence whatsoever. So you have to go into that lobby thinking you are the best player in that lobby. If you go in there knowing that you are the best player, you will just do a lot better knowing that you are the best player in that lobby rather than being scared and not really doing anything for your team. For tip number 5, decide what role you're going to be maining. Now, as you guys know, there are 4 roles. You have to understand that you are not going to be good at every single agent, especially when you're first starting out. I promise you, maining 10 different agents is not going to get you anywhere. What I would recommend is play 2 agents and only play those 2 agents for the most part, of course. Decide what roles you guys are going to want to play. For example, I mainly play Jet and Clove. Those 2 characters just fit my playstyle very well. But there will be times where I play Sova, Chamber, Phoenix, Raze, or whatever there is. But for the most part, make sure you're able to play 2 characters very, very, very well. And stick with them, and I promise you guys will get very far. Tip number 6, stop queuing when you're tilted. The worst thing you could do is queuing when you're tilted. There will be days where you are losing 2 to 3 games in a row. The best thing I could tell you guys is take your losses, go on an alt account, or just get off the game. Because I promise you, if you're going to solo queuing with bad vibes, just bad everything, you are not going to be able to win that game. Remember, you have to go in there knowing that you are going to have to match MVP. And if you're not doing that, queuing with teammates from solo queue are just going to make your problems even worse. And I highly recommend do not queue when you're tilted. I've definitely made this mistake a lot of times, and it does not end well 90% of the time. Number 7, solo queue is luck. The way I view it is 25% of games, no matter how good you do, you will not win that game. Like, it will be impossible. You can drop 40, you can drop 35. That game was just not meant for you to win. There's going to be 25% of games where even if you don't do that well, you will still win. There are solo queue games where you don't even have to do much. And then the other 50% is going to decide whether or not you play good. So basically what I'm telling you guys is your goal is to win those 50% of games. Try not to focus on the games that are unwinnable. If you did good, it is not your fault. Go on to the next. Because I promise in the long run, you guys will rank up if you guys stop caring about those 25% of games that are just unwinnable. Now, if you guys have been watching my Twitch streams, you guys know that I've streamed every single game on my solo queue to Radiant account. And you guys should know, in the middle of the series, I was 1 game off of Radiant. And I put my heart and soul into every single game, and I lost the game that was supposed to get me to Radiant. Then off of that, I had another game that I lost because the guy was hard throwing, and that broke my mental completely. And I queued again, lost that one, and I queued again and lost. So I got off down like 90 elo when I was 1 game off of Radiant. Then I start stream again the next day, and I lose all my games. When I've been team MVPing, match MVPing, trying to put my all into every single game. And just know that no matter what you do, there are going to be days where it is just not your day. And there's honestly nothing you guys can do about it. Solo queuing is so random, it's so lucky, but there are things you guys can do to rank up. And that's really all I want to say. This is what got me to Radiant solo queuing. Just knowing that when you do solo queue, you are going to have to match MVP every game. You're going to have to put your heart and soul into every match, and you're just going to have to want it. There's a lot of people who complain to me that you guys drop 30, you guys drop 20 plus kills every single game, and you still manage to lose. For the most part, that is because yes, you have good gun skill, but you can't really work as a team. Because if you really were dropping 30 kills every single game, you guys would rank up. So to wrap this video up, be a good teammate, communicate with your team. I can't stress that enough. You guys have to communicate with your team. That will rank you up so quick. And try to stay positive even though you guys will be losing your minds in solo queue. I know I have. I've definitely lost my mind in solo queue. Solo queue is definitely not fun, but if you guys have to solo queue, this video should have helped you guys, and hopefully you guys can win your next couple of games. But yeah, if you guys really want my advice, don't solo queue. Just don't solo queue. It is very, very, very bad. Especially on console. It's a hit or miss on console. I mean, there's not many like things you guys can do to, you know, win if your team is just like really bad. But that's what I took from it. I'm never gonna solo queue to Radiant again, at least not for a while. I want to be the first to ever solo queue to Radiant, and I want to see if it was even possible. But now that I solo queue to Radiant, now you guys know it's possible. Now you guys know that whatever you do, you can definitely rank up, and you are going to have to be the deciding factor. But thank you guys for listening to me. I truly do appreciate you guys. I stream every single day on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/lonelyalex. I would appreciate if you guys went over there. I stream every single day, so it would mean a lot. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. If you guys have found this useful, please make sure to leave a like. And if I missed any tips or you guys have any questions, I will be reading all of your comments. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next video.